go, folks. Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for Twitter reactions to AC Milan 4, Celtic 2 in the Europa League. Before we get started, tonight I have to tell you about our sponsors, OneFootball. The OneFootball app, as you know by now, has everything that you need in a football app. You can get lineup notifications at the touch of a button. You can get goal alerts from any league in the world. You name a league and you'll find it there on the app. You can keep up to date with all of the Celtic related news because you get notifications as soon as it breaks. And you can keep tabs on league tables, top goal scorers, assist makers, you name it, you will find it all on the OneFootball app. You can download it by clicking the link in the description of this video. It's a great way for you to support the channel, so click the link below to download it and let me know what you think. We'll start tonight with Brian Gall. Milan first goal came from a ridiculous challenge by Christie. Between him and Barkas, they gifted them away back in and they grabbed it big time. We continually give away free kicks in the final third and we can't defend them from out wide or in front of goal. I think tonight we started the game well. We talked about it in the full-time reaction. We started the game really well. I think we punished the Milan mistakes. It's a great finish by Vogic, first off, and then Vogic pressing for the second goal. Christie's reverse ball, a lovely touch and finish by Edouard. I think there's a lot to like about us going forward in that first half, in that first 20-25 minutes. We could have done more with some of the openings that we had as well, but it came back to the defensive errors that have cost us time and time again, and the patterns don't seem to be improving. I think AC Milan played in third gear tonight. I didn't think they had to get out of third gear to score 4 goals against us. They weren't pinning us back, they weren't putting us under spells of pressure. It just seemed that every time they kind of cut through us, there was a goal at the end of it. And that's how weak we are. That's how soft-centred this Celtic team is. Christie's challenge is ridiculous. Barkas doesn't do himself any favours with the free kick. And you knew, even at 2-0, you knew there was a long way to go in the game and you've got no confidence in our ability to keep Milan below 2 goals, never mind keep Milan below 3 goals, never mind 2. So you knew there was a long way to go, but to lose two goals in the space of 2 minutes, you knew how the game was going to end up after that. Jason Wiley, nothing's changed from the weekend. A great squad of players lacking a quality coaching team. Listen, everybody knows where I stand on it. I think that is the case. I think you see that tonight, that we've got quality players in forward positions. The defence is all over the place. It's been all over the place for the majority of this season now. This is 2 wins in 11 games. It's 17 goals conceded in 5 Europa League group games. We've got the worst defence in the competition. We came out of pot 1. That's embarrassing. To be the team that's conceded the most goals in the entire competition and to come out of pot 1, I mean, it's just shocking. But it's not getting better. I think defensive shape and defensive discipline are things that have to be drilled on the training ground time and time again. And that's what should be happening. And if that is what's happening, it's not improving. So that points to the fact that this coaching team can't improve it, because we've seen it for far too long now. And like I said before the game, it's getting worse. It's not getting better. The defensive mistakes are getting worse. They're not getting better. Davy Johnson, same defensive errors being made time and time again. We have made history tonight as no other team has conceded more goals in the group stage of a European competition. Replacements to the squad are bitterly needed in January. Aye, there you go. Talking about how embarrassing it is to come out of pot 1 and concede 17 goals. Apparently I haven't seen that stat myself yet, because I've been too busy doing the content after the game. Is it the most goals that any team has ever conceded in a European group stage? That's pretty damning, and it shows you just how poor we are defensively. Davy's talking about replacements in January. I know Neil Lennon talked about the January transfer window in his press conference before this game. Tonight doesn't change my opinion that I think we need a new manager. There was positives to take from tonight, but I just don't see how we can improve defensively if we haven't done it already. There's no signs of it improving. The mistakes have been so glaring for so long that, as I say, they have to be getting drilled and fixed on the training ground, and we're not leaving the training ground till this is fixed. But we're not seeing any fruits of that. We're not seeing any improvement on the park when it comes to game days. We'll finish tonight with Murray, still very, very poor at the back, no width, looked bright for the first 15 minutes. Then we concede and our arse collapses. Feels like we are all repeating ourselves at this stage, but that's pretty much been the story of our season. Aye, try making videos about it. I just feel like I'm repeating myself every night. I could just take take the content for the previous game and just repost it, and it'd probably pass off as applying to whatever game it was, because as I say, the mistakes are the same. The defensive frailties are still the same, and they're not getting any better. I think the third and fourth goal for AC Milan tonight, they just sum it up. The second goal, we didn't cover ourselves in glory for the second goal either. We've already talked about the mistakes for the first goal, but the third and fourth one for Hogga just to dribble past 3 or 4 players without MD putting anything that resembled a strong challenge in is disgraceful. I think the fourth one as well, where El Ahmed gets in a position eventually to challenge him. He gets his foot in, he gets his foot to the ball, but it's so weak, it's so timid, and then Hogga still manages to bring the ball away, play through Diaz, and it was a lovely wee dinked finish by Brahim Diaz, but it's just so poor, like so weak defensively, it's untrue. And as I say, I don't know how that gets better, because this coaching team have had the players since the summer, and it's just not getting any better, and that's a big problem. We go to Sunday now against St Johnstone, and it just sums up where the season's at, that a home game against St Johnstone is absolutely massive. We shouldn't be in that position. We know all league games are big and we have to win them all, but we're at the stage where it's absolute must win, cannot drop another point right now. But that's what this run of form has put us in. 2 wins in 11 games, conceding an abhorrent amount of goals in that time as well. So we just have to go to Sunday. The board are going to persist with the management team. I think we're going to, I don't know how long things are going to have to go on for before the board see that they're not improving and they have to make a change, but we will be there supporting the team, and by there supporting the team I mean watching it in our living rooms, because that's all we can do at the minute. That's it for tonight. Like the video, comment with your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back on Saturday with build up to St Johnstone. Cheers.